Hello everybody, it's Leo again from leosgolf.com, and today I'm back again with some more comparisons. Today I have the VX Launch Monitor and I'm pairing it against the Skytrak original unit. And the purpose of this video today really is to show you, as I did in the past video if you watched it with the Garmin R10, the differences between different price level launch monitors. Now, of course, the VX Launch Monitor is a ceiling mount launch monitor. Makes it easy to play left-hand, right-hand golf, large hitting area of 21 by 25, versus the Skytrak, which has a very finite hitting spot, laser dot on the ground that you have to hit balls from. And if you do want to play left-hand, right-hand golf, you would have to move it from side to side. But they are both photometric units, and the Skytrak actually does do quite well. I'll go through a few different clubs and show you the differences in shots so you can see for yourself exactly what does happen between the two launch monitors and make a comparison for yourself. Now, of course, the VX retails for about $8,800 Canadian dollars, and the Skytrak about $2,800 retail. So there is a price difference. It's almost threefold again. But there are differences, and the old adage comes out again: you get what you pay for. Convenience wise, they both set up fairly easily, but I would definitely say the VX is no fuss, no muss. You install it once, calibrate it, and then you're off to the races. Okay, so let's get going and sit back, relax, and just enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to start with 7-iron, and total cold turkey here. I have not hit any shots. It's a little cool in Ontario, but hopefully we warm up and we can do some justice for this review. So 7-iron, I had a few shots. So VX has already responded. You can see a little bit of shot delay in the Skytrak. And we'll go first with total distance 130 yards versus total distance of 142. So there's about a 12-yard difference. I'm going to go to the range on the VX and show you the difference in shot shapes. And immediately, look, we're seeing two different things. They're both offline about the same. If you look at where they are in relation to each other, the ProTee is saying 10.6 yards to the right offline. And where is it here for the Skytrak? It's saying only 2 yards offline. One showing kind of a baby, the Skytrak showing a little bit of a baby fade, and I would say almost a straight shot, maybe tiny bit of draw on the VX. So very interesting first shot. Spin numbers, you can see total spin 3859 on the VX Launch Monitor. Total spin on the Skytrak is 5874. Now, side spin, interestingly, 95 on the VX, and I think it's 1635 on the Skytrak. Incidentally, I am using just regular golf balls because the VX allows you to do that. You don't need marked balls. I did hit the last shot a bit thin. Let's see what happens with this next one. This one's also a bit thin, coming out straight, and yeah, both launch monitors showing well, similar trajectories, but slightly different. Again, a little bit of a fade with the Skytrak, a little bit of a draw with the VX. Side spin numbers are important, so let's review those. 1380 on the Skytrak and only 121 on the ProTee. Launch angle, both 18 degrees. Total distance or carry, let's look at carry, 118 on the Skytrak and 121 on the ProTee. I'll hit another one. That one was a bit fatter. Yeah, it did slice. They're both going to show. I hit the ground on that and the club face opened. Really cool feature on the VX, of course. That's not on the Skytrak. We'll review the stats first, but I'll show you a camera view. So interesting here. We get a total distance of 135 versus 133, carry of 123 Skytrak versus 117 VX. Look at the offline, 18.6 degrees yards left. Sorry, excuse me, 18.6 yards left on the ProTee VX, and on the Skytrak only showing 9 yards left. So let me show you this video. It's a very, very cool feature of the VX, showing you your club impact. You actually see the moment. You can actually see the ground depressed there too. You see a little shadow. If you're looking in the on-screen, right about here, you're going to see the shadow of the ground when it's making contact. And you see a little bit of movement too. If you look closely, you'll see the actual turf moving. And you can see the ball spinning there. I can show you a better view of that ball in the, is it the summary? No, excuse me, it's in the swing. You can actually see what the ball's doing there, and it gives you all your stats. But hit that a little bit towards the heel and fat. So I definitely think it did slice. The other thing you should understand too, between the two launch monitors, is that the VX is capable both of tracking the ball and then the club. And what it does is it uses AI, and the AI is used to track the club and then position a virtual sticker on the face of the club, so it can understand all the different angles, like your face angle, attack angle, and so forth, as they are displayed. You'll see in the stats. Okay, so I'll hit one more, and then I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'll move to a maybe a hybrid, and then down to a wedge. Oh boy, way out. Geez, I think I almost shanked that one. But again, good demonstration. So, almost off the hosel of the club. Look what Skytrak is producing, and look what the VX is producing. So 9 yards off, which is not a chance that happened. 106 yards total distance, 102 yards of carry versus 89 carry and 102 total. Distance to the left on the VX, I apologize for the delay because I'm always looking for these numbers, sorry, is 25.6 to the left, 25.6 versus only 9 to the left for the Skytrak. But now watch the video and look at my club, and you can see why the ball took off, and definitely look at the closed face too from hitting the ground. So combination of things. I hit it off the, almost the shaft of the club, and I closed the face. Terrible shot, but maybe a good demonstration for you. And you can see the ball spinning already, and it takes off to the left. Let me show you in the swing. Look at that ball spinning to the left. It's actually really demonstrative right there. You can actually tell by the logos on the ball. Okay, so I know there are some people out there wondering about the accuracy of the VX versus other ceiling launch monitors. And I'm going to tell you, you would be pleasantly surprised if you came and played with one. It's doing really, really well. And this is a clear example of how it does track shots better than, well, for sure, lower cost models, that's for sure. Okay, so now I'm going to move to a hybrid. And with the hybrid, I'll make the club selections. Just bear with me for a second here. Go down to Skytrak. And it's not necessary, but I just like to keep it nice and clean. So hybrid. And I'll come up here. The VX does have actually a automatic tracking feature. Auto detect if you like to use it. But I'm going to set it to 3 hybrid. And we'll hit some shots. Okay, so I'll leave it in club mode first there on the left, so you can see the swing. And I tend to slice, so hopefully I don't embarrass myself too much here. Okay, let's try a 3 hybrid. So right away we get the shot with the ProTee. Takes a little while with the VX. Now these two shots look like they're going to be quite similar. 17 yards offline with the Skytrak, and where is it? 5.7 yards with the ProTee. Now showing a little less fade, if you will. Total distance 180 or 164 carry, 168 total distance from the VX. That's interesting. I find that really interesting. Carry of 152, total 168. Whereas, excuse me, I better back that up. Let's get that straight. I've got the numbers wrong there. 152 carry for Skytrak, 164 total, and 152 as well carry for the VX, and 168 total, so a few more yards. Try another one. That one should be a slice for sure. I got that. I topped it. Yeah, and there's Skytrak showing now a straight shot with a carry of 143 versus a carry of 142. So the carries are very similar. But look at the shot shape on the VX. It's way over to the left. In fact, it's saying offline 20 yards, whereas Skytrak is saying 4 yards to the right. Let me show you a video again to prove that, in fact, I did slice. Look at that face. You see it comes across the ball and imparts slice on the ball. There's just no way that's going to go straight. Okay, and if you look at the face angle, it's also 0.9 degrees open is the measurement, and then I'm coming outside in. So there's absolutely no way that would be a straight shot as Skytrak is portrayed here. I mean, not totally inaccurate, but certainly you can see the nuances, the differences in which a unit like the VX produces. Okay, we'll do one more. It's interesting because if I had a good golfer in here, I'll put myself in the poor golfer or learning golfer category. They would probably have these two machines dancing and looking quite similar. And when you watch a lot of videos online, that's exactly what you're seeing, as opposed to, you know, the average golfer, we'll say, with maybe a 15-20 handicap, and what the machines will actually demonstrate and show. I find that when you're not hitting the ball dead nut straight, that the information you're getting back on some launch monitors is not quite as accurate. Whereas when you have a higher end unit, you're actually seeing that slice and hook in its full glory. Good thing and bad thing, I guess. If you want to look like you're a good player, it might not be ideal, but it is giving you a good indication. So if you want to learn, it's much more helpful. That should be decent. Yeah, a little bit of a pull. And they're both showing similar shots here again. So you can see how, you know, often, let's say, the Skytrak is going to portray similar information, but not always. So here we have backspin of, wow, interesting, 6244 on the Skytrak, 4400 on the ProTee. Side spin, only 115 on the VX. And where is it here? It's 268 on the Skytrak. Skytrak's telling me 21 yards offline to the right. VX is saying, where is it here? Oh boy, I'm always having a hard time. There it is, 15.6. So pretty close. Acceptable in the sense that you get a good direction if you're playing simulator golf. Okay. I'm going to move now to a pitching wedge and just show you some more, you know, shots that are spinny. So we'll go up here. I'm going to choose, yeah, I'll pick a lob wedge, I guess, really, and we'll do the same up here. We'll go lob wedge. I'm actually going to choose a 56 degree and just hit a few shots. Okay, so nice and easy one first, like a 50-yarder or so. Whoop, pulled that one. So that's going to be thin, but let's see what happens. Good, they're both displaying similar. And carries, yeah, carries a lot further because I hit it so thin. Not a good shot by Leo. Let me try and produce a proper shot with this 56. I looked up too quick to look at the data, I think. You're getting an honest golfer here. You're not getting a tour pro who's making all the machinery look bang on. Okay, so that one should be right, but way up there, yep. And they're both right, so they're both doing a good job there. Skytrak showing it kind of trailing a little more to the right, whereas the VX has got it a bit straighter. Offline 2.5 yards with the VX, and where is it here? Offline 13 yards with the Skytrak. Spin numbers. Let's look at spin. So 4,500, 4,600, very close. Side spin minus 783, so that's to the left, the spin. And interesting, 462 to the right. They're trying to claim with the Skytrak. Let's try a few more. Maybe a subtler shot. How about that? Let's try something a little more subtle and see what we get. I'm going to really open up the face. See what we get. Nice and soft one. And yes, so I kind of led this one on purpose. This is what you'll run into with Skytrak. So that one was lofted very high, but a softer shot. And unfortunately, the Skytrak will have trouble from time to time reading these shots. It might read the next one. Let's see, I'm going to move the placement just slightly on the laser dot. Yeah, still not reading. So, folks, here you have a great demonstration of some of the issues that you can run into with different launch monitors. I'm going to try and move it back just slightly now on the LED, or sorry, laser light. So VX is reading them all no problem, and Skytrak still struggling to give us a shot, unfortunately. But I will try it again. I'm going to try and move it a little further forward on the laser light this time. Because you know what, normally it will pick these up. VX again, no problem. Wow, yeah, Skytrak just simply having trouble picking it up. I'm going to try one more spot. You're seeing it here live, guys, no editing. There we go, so we got a shot. So that was behind the laser dot, and usually I don't have to be so precise, but it seems like today, maybe it's a bit tired. So let's look at the shots. Off center, 6 degrees to the left. It's saying the side spin is pretty well 0 on the Skytrak, whereas we've got about 163 spin on the VX. Backspin 4,200, 3943 for the Skytrak. So it read the shot, but they are a bit different. Almost dead nut straight with the VX, where it's off to the left with the Skytrak. Let's try another one. I watched this closely on the screen and it went slightly right, and yep, there it is with the VX, just slightly right. Let's see, hopefully it reads with the Skytrak. Nope, she's not going to read. I'll try one more, otherwise I won't bore you, but it's good that you see this. Now, I want you to understand that this doesn't always happen. It can happen, but it doesn't always happen with the Skytrak. Let's try something softer. In fact, I think being on the range, sometimes it happens more often than when you're playing in sim golf. So that's to the right, and there it is again, VX to the right, and there's Skytrak. Yeah, dead straight almost with Skytrak. It's saying again that the side spin is 0, which I find very curious, that it's 2 shots and they're both with 0 spin to the side. Side spin 150 on the VX. I just think it's that much more refined of an algorithm that it's using to do all its work based on what it's seeing with the cameras. I'm going to show you the video of the shot and watch the logo of the ball. Geez, I'm hitting it almost in the heel. You can see how it's spinning. There's just no way that it's not going off to the right. And let's get the swing camera. Watch closely, you'll see the logo. There's spin there. It's not a ton, but there's definitely spin happening on the ball. Okay, we'll go back to the video. I'm going to try to hit one more. Maybe, you know, like a 40-yarder type shot, just to show you. That was just a hair to the right, I feel. There's the shot. There's the ball spinning to the side slightly. Skytrak got this one too. Great. Again, it's showing 0 side spin, which I find very, very odd. Whereas we can see here all the data for the VX. We see the ball taking off a bit to the right. We see the impact point. We see all our angles. And again, there's the side spin of 285 on the VX. And I'll show you the range shot. And there it is. It went just a hair to the left. So it kind of spun off the club and then went left. So it went, I felt honestly here in the room, just a hair to the right. But then I guess with the spin, it did go slightly left. Okay. And now we'll go on to the dreaded driver, I'm going to call it. Because as a slicer, it is a dreaded club for me often. So driver, we'll go up here and we'll select driver. And here we go. Now, folks, hide your kids because these balls sometimes don't go where they should. But I'll do my best not to embarrass myself too much, I hope. Well, that one's hit off the ground, so it's not going to go very far, but at least it's staying in play. But wow, instantly look at what we see here with the shot shapes. Skytrak telling me club speed 78 versus a club speed of 83. Side spin 1176 to the right versus 681 to the left. And now let's confirm, because we got shot shape that comes back to the center. So I kind of like sliced that, if you will, off to the right and then came over back into the left versus a push, or excuse me, a pull to hook on Skytrak. Let's look at the video of the club. And we can see how the club's, where is it, down here, face to path, 6.2 degrees open relative to that path or the blue line. Do you see how the toe of the club is not following that turquoise colored line? It's starting to go towards the toe. So that's indicative of being offline in the path and the face being open for sure. Let's look at the swing up here. There's your spin on the ball. You can actually see it spinning. So there's really no way that that ball would be going to the right. It's clearly spinning to the left. Now, the other thing that Skytrak does not do is it does not track your clubs, as I said earlier. So it has no idea where you've made contact with the ball, whereas the VX does. So it can take that into account, take things like gear effect into account. So as I said, I did hit into the ground on that one. You can see it's high up on the face of the club, and it's a little bit towards the toe. So you could imagine how the torque of the shaft would open up the face as well, which you don't necessarily see. It's so instantaneous. Okay, let's try another shot. I won't put the range shot up for the VX instantly. I'll leave it as a surprise, if you will. That's a slice for sure. Yep, and it looks like Skytrak showing that. Although it started right and went left, let's see what the VX shows. Yeah, there it is. Slice. Now the amount of slice is probably the thing we should talk about the most. They both carried nearly 160 or so. So 167 versus 161. Total yards 184 versus 176. Now, face to path is 9.9 open, clearly indicating a slice on the VX. I'm offline 22.8 yards to the left with the VX, and with the Skytrak, it's saying I'm only 19 yards off left. And what I was finding with the Garmin was similar information. And I'm thinking if I put down the Garmin versus the Skytrak, and maybe I'll do that test one day, it would kind of go like this. It would go a little bit of slice from the Garmin, more slice shown from the Skytrak, and the ultimate, if you will, or the actual slice that you'd normally see on the golf course on the VX, to put it in perspective for you, kind of falling in line with price point. So again, that argument about, gee, is it worth X thousands of dollars more, or should I pay X thousands of dollars less, always comes into play, and it's subjective, as I said in the other video, and you have to decide for yourself how much accuracy you want, or how much accuracy you're willing to sacrifice. You'll still have fun with any of these units. You'll be able to practice, play simulator golf. Much more convenient, obviously, with a ceiling mount model that allows for left-hand, right-hand play with a generous hitting spot, not worrying about exactly where to put your ball down on the ground. No calibration required after the first install, whereas with the ground monitors, you kind of have to make sure it's aligned properly, maybe do some testing before you actually play. But I sure hope you've enjoyed this video today and it's given you some more insight. And I'd really appreciate if you like the video, maybe subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. And of course, if you have any questions, or if you'd like to purchase a system and need help deciding on components, whether it's a full package or just individual pieces, please reach out to me, leo@leosgolf.com, or please visit the website, simply leosgolf.com, and have a look through all the selections there. And if you have any questions, again, just get a hold of me. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again real soon. Thanks.